So in order to reduce Squidlix's footprint, I have no longer been buying the little poly bags that I put my orders into. Instead, I am custom making these little pillow boxes. So I no longer buy the little poly bags, and eventually I think I will try and, once I have used all my plastic mailers, hopefully find an alternative to them, because they are plastic and I don't think you can recycle them. And I also learned that there are, for my shipping labels, these backings aren't recyclable, but I've recently been informed that you can get shipping labels that do have backings that are recyclable. So that's super exciting. In 2021, I will be focusing on my packaging more and reducing my footprint. But I will show you how these get packed. I love designing them, and actually have a little special holiday edition that I really, at the time, shouldn't have been doing, but ADHD brain said, make it glittery. So I just had a bit of a breakthrough and a bit of a freak out. I showed my fiance this and started like jumping around, dancing and stuff. Now I'm out of breath. But anyways, so these I just printed from my Cricut, and they don't need any glue. They're kind of cumbersome, use a little bit more paper than I'd like, but for items like earrings that need a little more support in a box. Obviously I can custom make the box size so they can fit. I went straight to work designing in the Cricut design space to make all the different kinds of sizes I needed for my jewelry, and trying to find the most efficient way to have them arranged on a letter-sized piece of paper, so I don't waste any paper. And it's all cutting on the same piece of paper, so the more items you have on one piece of paper, the less time you need to print one piece or cut out one piece of paper. A lot of times I'll try and fit other cutouts that I use onto the page as well. This way I'm not only saving money by using one sheet of paper, I'm also being eco-friendly. So after assembling this box, I wasn't super happy with the pattern, and it's a little flimsy on this side. I'm sure with a thicker cardstock it might work, but I'm just not like positive it can hold up in shipping that well, and I'm not like really too fond of this like shoebox kind of style, so I went to the same seller that I did my other boxes in, and just so happened that she had like a longer one, so I went ahead and printed out some of those on my Cricut, and I'm gonna put it together and see if I like it. I don't know if I mentioned in one of my other videos that I was really putting off buying these tools because I thought, oh well, I have a palette knife, I have something that I could use. But you know, I'm constantly impressed with
Cricut's detail to design and user experience, and they really just are with their software, and they're really impressing me, because this little spatula thing is amazing. Oops. I don't think this grain mat though is ideal for this purpose, but I think with time the stickiness will kind of wear down.
Editing Yana here. Wow, I look absolutely crazy, but that's okay. I just wanted to let you know that since I made this video, I did learn that the green mats can be used. You can also make them less sticky by using like a t-shirt or something and kind of blot over the tackiness, and that will make it less sticky and more ideal for cardstock and paper like that. So just a quick tip, you can use the green mats, you just gotta prepare them.
And with this mat, I've had it for a while, a blue mat, and it's less sticky than the green. And you know, I really thought that its life was over. It was not sticking with anything, and then I read you can use this to clean your mats. So I just kind of scraped off the top layer of crud, and to my surprise, it is now usable again. So invest in one of these. I'll link below everything that I'm using, but it really is amazing that I was able to not have to buy another mat and give it a second life. So another tip with these mats is that they don't always go to the edge, so when I'm trying to use all the material that I can for letter size, I'll usually see where it's cutting up to the edge there and then make a little mark. So I always know where to put down my paper so it can really use every single square millimeter of usable space. When I bought my Cricut, I had no idea that I would be getting so much use out of it. It really is a game changer in a lot of different ways. So I mean, you can get different models. I got the maker right off the bat and I'm very pleased with it. Got the scoring wheel. As you can see, it pre-scores everything. Makes it super easy to make these boxes. I did sit down and calculate how much I would be saving per box, and right now it's worth it for me. I can even custom print my little inserts. So let's see if I cut it big enough for my long bar. Yep. All right, I think I found the perfect size.
So here you can see me using all types of different boxes for all the products that I offer. I have necklaces, enamel pins, earrings, rings, and they all need different sizes. So I have experimented and found the right sizes for each type of jewelry. I realized that the holes on my backer cards I designed were not big enough to allow the chain to go through the holes. So in my next design, I just made them a little larger. Assembling these boxes can be a little tedious, but for right now, it's worth it to me. I personally like really soothing, repetitive tasks, and they are way more eco-friendly than the ones I get ordered, so I think it's worth it. One tip is that you can use a tool like a bone fold, I think that's what they're called, or a scoring tool that can flatten down the folds and make the box look a little cleaner. The edges just come out kind of sharper, but that's not necessary for the construction of the box. So recently I got these spiffy new labels. I forgot who exactly I got this tip from, but I will leave her channel below. So regular packaging labels have a latex coating on the backing of these labels, so they actually aren't recyclable. Now these are a little bit more expensive, but you can recycle the backing of these. And if you ship stuff on the regular, whoa. You know how, oh, my cat would love to play with this. There we go. And this should work with my Dymo 4XL label writer. So let's test it out for the first time. Okay, it works. I want to give a shout out to No Issue. I collaborated with them and they were so kind to send over a stamp and 50 cards. Now, I was really pleased with the quality of the stamp. As you can see, it's a custom stamp. I just sent over a file of my logo and they were able to take my logo and make a nifty stamp out of it. I also chose the option to get an ink pad with my stamp, and this is actually, I was surprised, it's a really big ink pad. It's gonna last you a long time, super high quality, and I will test it in a minute and you will see how amazing and dark the ink is. I was trying to get a feel for how much I needed to kind of press down to get a good amount of ink on there, and it took a few tries, but I was able to really figure out how many times I needed to kind of ink up the stamp to get a really beautiful impression. I think this will be a game changer for me because I usually have to pay to get my logo on my boxes, and now I can just stamp them on. I usually design the logo into my Cricut design and use the pen tool to design it, but it does take longer because the pen tool has to draw out your logo and it stops, so you have to reload a different tool in place of the pen. So I think this will save me a lot of time and a lot of money. No Issue also gives you this kind of neat badge that you can use, which is like a Eco Alliance, Eco Packaging Alliance type of badge that lets your customers know that you're using eco-friendly packaging. So my first impression with these cards are that they were really high quality cardstock. The printing was amazing. I designed these myself using Canva, and it's really easy to make your own design. So I chose to make a little thank you card with some care instructions for your resin jewelry. No lotions, don't wear it in the shower, don't put it in the sun, just really common sense stuff, but I think receiving a little care instruction card just really makes it special. I hope I was able to give you some great eco-friendly alternatives to packaging. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a like on the video. The YouTube algorithm eats them up as tasty snacks. Also, subscribe for more small business tips and resin goodies. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and keep creating.